Hi everyone, how are you doing? Today's book review, I would like to introduce Takao's Astute Use of Brute Force by Takao Shinji. The book looks like this. It looks a little different from the other books, right? But it's still about the same thickness and very similar style. So let's start. The theme is about strategy, but especially the author's style. The author Takao Shinji is still active, one of the top players. In fact, he just played the best of seven matches against Iyama Yuta in Meijing title just now. I think about a month ago it was finished. And although he lost, it shows that he is still one of the top players in Japan. He became one of the top in like about early 2000, I think. That was actually when I was studying very hard to become a pro, and also when I was like a new young pro. I would do a lot of studying in international matches, and then I would see his games, and actually I also met him in person when he visited Seoul to play in those international matches. So I would say this is one of the newer books. And the structure. The book has four chapters. The first three chapters are like problems, and the last chapter is about his game commentaries. Oh, I think I forgot to mention the difficulty level. This book is very interesting because if you are really trying to get the answers, I would say you need to be higher than one dan or up. But the style of this book, the style of these problems and the answers, they are really good ones. So I think you could already study this book when you are like 5Q or up. So the first three chapters, which are the problems, have themes for each chapter. The first one is building up power, second one releasing power, and the third one playing simply. And the last chapter has six of his own games in the 60th Honimbo title match. And as a result of these six games, he won the title. So if you were like 5Q, you could also enjoy these game commentaries. And because his answers are not too unpredictable, I think you could enjoy this book. But just the difficulty itself, I would say one dan or up. And the explanations are written in a very clear and simple writing. I think it's very tasteful. There's no dialogue. But sometimes the explanations would use I thought that way, and that's probably the author. So that's about it. Oh, and then one thing I noticed is that this book has a bigger font than the other books. So if you don't like too small fonts in your books, this book could be better. I think that's because this book is newer. Can you see? But anyway. So that's about it. And then let me show you the example I found. Let's go over here. So this is problem 5 in chapter 3. Chapter 3 is playing simply. So in the book, the first diagram, it would show you the problem situation in which white just played here as a last move. And we can assume that black needs to attack these three stones. And I really liked this problem because I often see amateur players who would try too hard to attack. And this could be a good example. Let me show you more about it. So the first diagram shows you the number sequences, how the game came to this situation. And then there's another, actually three more diagrams that shows some options in this process. And the fifth diagram shows you the answer, actually the wrong answer. So it gives you the good example of wrong answer. So where would you play? Let me ask you. Like, I think most players would think about like one space jump, the cap, the knight's move, or the one space jump over here, and only thinking about surrounding this white group. But you should see that actually this area over here is a little thin. And these black five stones, these are not strong either. And this part is a little open. So in the book, it shows that if black comes over here, white would jump, looking at some weak points over here, and also looking at these five stones. If black tries to come over here, white would do this one. And now black really needs to connect. So if black connects like this, then white would push through, and you can see that the corner is still open. And now this is like getting trapped. If black comes back to the corner, white can counterattack this black. So you can see that this is really terrible. So actually in this situation, although it seems like white's three stones are weak, this is the time to strengthen your own shape. So the next diagram shows the answer, which is this one. It says this: reinforcing here with black one builds up the strength, and this is the correct direction. Rather than an intention of surrounding territory on the left side, which is open at this stage, the feeling is to connect the lower and upper left, building up the power. So build up power over here. And the next diagram shows where black played in the actual game, which is not here. Actually, black played here, but it says this one was better because in the actual game, white came over here and then this one. And when white came over here, it was difficult for black to answer, partly because if black blocks like this, there is this weak point over here, the cutting point. So black couldn't do this one, so black had to come over here, but then there was still the weak point over here. So it was better to do this one. So this is the answer. Did you get it right? So that was the interesting example I found in this book. Did I tell you that this was the number 5 in chapter 3? Yeah, I guess I did. So that was it about this book. I hope this review was helpful and I hope you enjoyed the book review. Thank you for watching.